The Richebourg looks like he's going to go handicapping.
He may run the county. It was a bit disappointing his last runs now, to be fair. So he looks up against it really, but he won in Galloway very impressively last year, and he's got quite a high rating as a result of that run. But he hasn't really followed it up, so he has a little bit to prove.
And it does seem as though novices are getting a bit of advantage in the handicaps in the UK, or at least that's certainly the current trend of things now. Do you think that could play to his strengths in some way?
Yeah, it could, but he would still have to come back to his best form. Looking at his run in Galway, like I say, his novice hurl win there, he was very impressive, and he beat quite a good horse of Henry de Bromhead's. But since then, he hasn't done it. So he has to prove a little bit that he's up to the mark.
And in that same race, you'll have Tigris River, who obviously won the Galway Hurdle for you, which was some day, and you'll have Ivanovich Gorbatov, who gave you a fantastic day, winning at Cheltenham in the Triumph Hurdle. He ran a fine race in the county last year,
yeah,
and I quietly fancy him to run a good race again.
Yeah, no reason why he shouldn't run a good race again. Probably the two of them are maybe slightly on the wrong end of the weights. Obviously, Tigris River won the Galway Hurl, and he got a bit of a hike for that. And really, you need to be going into Cheltenham kind of unexposed rather than fully exposed. So
yeah.
The two of them maybe are a little bit high in the weights, but no reason why they shouldn't run well again.
But they're both quite tough horses. They've been there, done that, bought the T-shirt. So that must be an advantage in a competitive race like the county.
Absolutely, both two tough, experienced horses, and they'll be there fighting their corner for sure.